All right, we are on the trail of a cosmic mystery today. It's a story that starts with this huge, colossal galaxy that's basically hiding in our own backyard. But it ends with uncovering a fundamental force that, well, shapes pretty much everything.
So let's just start with this question. What if one of our biggest cosmic neighbors was just hiding? Right behind the drapes. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But believe it or not, that is exactly what's happening. There's a giant out there just beyond all the thick dust and stars of our own Milky Way, and oh boy, it has been keeping some absolutely incredible secrets.
And here it is. Meet our main character, our subject, IC342. You might also hear it called Caldwell 5. Now, this is a giant galaxy over in the constellation Camelopardalis. The reason it's so tricky to spot is its location. I mean, it's positioned right behind the absolute densest part of our own galaxy's disk, so trying to see it with a normal telescope, almost impossible. And that's exactly why it gets that cool nickname, the hidden galaxy. But, astronomers, they're clever. They've found ways to peek behind that cosmic curtain.
And what they found when they looked, wow, it's staggering. We're not talking about some tiny, minor dwarf galaxy here. No way. IC342 is a true cosmic heavyweight. Just look at these numbers. It's shining with about 93% of our own Milky Way's brightness, and it's got about 59% of its mass. So this is a real peer to our own home galaxy. And that fact alone makes its hidden nature, well, it makes it that much more interesting, doesn't it?
All right. So, our first section, a giant hiding in plain sight. We've basically established our prime suspect, right? A massive, super important galaxy that has somehow managed to stay mostly out of sight. And you just know, a galaxy of this size, it's got a story to tell.
So, that's the big question, isn't it? What secrets are hiding in the heart of this nearby giant? Because just like in any good detective story, the juiciest clues are always found right at the center of it all. And let me tell you, when we look deep into the core of IC342, that's when things get really, really weird.
So let's dive inside this galaxy's X-ray heart. Our first piece of major evidence, our first big clue, doesn't come from the light we can see with our eyes. Nope, it comes from super high-energy X-rays. Astronomers aimed their powerful X-ray telescopes right at the center of IC342. And what they found? Well, it was something unbelievably powerful.
What they found is something called an ultraluminous X-ray source. We call it a ULX for short. So what is a ULX? Think of it as some kind of cosmic object that is just blasting out an absolutely astonishing amount of X-ray energy. We're talking way, way beyond what any normal star or stellar process could ever hope to explain. And, the sheer scale of the energy here, it's just hard to wrap your head around. Look at that number. That's the energy output per second. The source even has a name, IC342X1. To try and put that in perspective, it's pumping out more energy than 1 million of our suns combined. It's an output that it defies any easy explanation.
So yeah, clearly whatever's going on here, our standard cosmic rulebook just doesn't apply. All the usual suspects, the explanations that don't quite fit. Things like a simple black hole binary system or our standard models of accretion disks where matter swirls into a black hole, they all fail. None of them can explain this unique X-ray signature coming from the ULX. It means something else, something way more powerful has to be at play.
Okay, and this is where our investigation takes a really clever turn. We're now mapping an invisible force field. To find the next clue, astronomers did something brilliant. They stopped looking at the galaxy and started using it as a tool to reveal another totally invisible part of the cosmos.
The whole technique it's just so smart. Essentially, IC342 acts like a giant cosmic backlight. So astronomers took the radio waves coming from it and used them to illuminate everything in the foreground. It's like shining a huge flashlight from behind a screen to see the dust floating in the air. This let them study the huge, seemingly empty space between that galaxy and us.
The fancy name for this method is Faraday tomography, but here's an easy way to think about it. It's kind of like putting on a pair of cosmic polarized sunglasses. You see, you've got these polarized radio waves traveling for millions of light years from IC342 all the way to us here on Earth. As they travel, their orientation gets twisted and turned by any magnetic fields they happen to pass through. So by measuring exactly how much twist there is, astronomers can basically work backward, they can reverse engineer the light's journey and build a full 3D map of those invisible magnetic fields.
And the result? It was incredible, totally undeniable. All that space that we pretty much assumed was empty, turns out it's actually threaded with these powerful structured magnetic fields. This wasn't just random cosmic noise, this was an organized structured force field.
Which of course leads us to the real million-dollar question, maybe billion-dollar question. We know these powerful magnetic fields exist, but what in the universe creates them? I mean, magnetic fields don't just pop into existence out of thin air. Something has to be generating them. So what force is powerful enough to create these huge structures and maybe, just maybe, also be the engine behind those extreme energies we saw in the galaxy's core?
This is it. This is the big reveal. The universe's electric engine. Because the answer to both of those mysteries, the crazy intense X-rays and those vast magnetic fields, it turns out it's the exact same thing. It's time to finally unmask the culprit.
And this quote from Donald E. Scott just gets right to the absolute heart of it. The fundamental nature of magnetism was not associated with magnetic poles or iron magnets, but with electric currents. It's not some mysterious property of matter. It's simply the flow of electricity.
So you can pretty much forget about those little bar magnets from science class with their north and south poles. Out there in the vastness of space, there are no bar magnets. There is only one way to create a cosmic magnetic field. You need a flow of electric charge. You need an electric current. The two are inseparable. They're two sides of the very same coin.
And this relationship is just fundamental physics. You can see it right here. When you have a primary electric current flowing through space, those red arrows, it just naturally, automatically generates these powerful encircling magnetic fields around it, the black lines. It's not a coincidence. One literally creates the other.
And this right here, this is the key to unlocking the puzzle of that ULX and its immense power. See, the energy in a magnetic field is proportional to the square of the electric current that creates it. That's a huge deal. It's not a one-to-one relationship. It means if you double the electric current, you don't just get double the magnetic energy, you get 4 times the energy. If you triple it, you get 9 times the energy. It's this exponential growth that gives you a mechanism powerful enough to generate the absolutely colossal energies we're seeing in IC342.
So what does this all mean? Where does this leave us? Well, when you put all these pieces of the puzzle together, it gives us a completely new cosmic perspective, a whole new way of looking at the universe.
Let's quickly retrace our steps, run through the clues we revealed. Our whole cosmic detective story kicked off with this hidden giant galaxy, IC342. Then, deep in its heart, we found it blazing with this mysterious, super powerful X-ray energy. To figure that out, we got clever and used the galaxy as a backlight to map these totally invisible magnetic fields. And that led us straight to the culprit, these huge, massive electric currents flowing through space.
And this really is the crucial point. For centuries, we basically viewed the universe through one primary lens, gravity. But the evidence we've just walked through, from just this one hidden galaxy, it tells a different story. It shows us that our universe isn't just gravitational. It is fundamentally electric, that these cosmic-scale electric circuits are a dominant, powerful shaping force out there. So, if one single hidden galaxy can teach us so much about the electric universe, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other cosmic secrets are just out there waiting in the dark for us to finally see them?